Hey guys, one other person here watching. Yeah, this is what happens when John decides to stream. It's already in my recommended. I wanted to talk about my thoughts about the game, but literally just Leo is here. Hi, Leo. The other person is me. Reading chat. Oh! Wait, I guess I don't count? I guess myself doesn't count as a viewer? I'm confused. Okay, I guess there are 2 people watching. Hi, Lynn. You gotta hear my voice. Last Friday I didn't want to put my voice in because my dad was supposed to come pick us up and ended up picking us up at like 8, so I wasn't gonna stream for the rest of the time being. He just picks us up at random times. I'll let a couple more people pop in, and then I'll talk about how I feel about the game right now. You know, my interest in it. Something to freshen up the gameplay a little bit. Suddenly there's people popping in. I hope that's not what are they called? Alternate accounts. Jeez. Suddenly everyone's popping in when they start talking. Okay. Anyway, as Hokage already put in chat, or you know what, maybe nobody's coming because I started the stream late. As you guys saw, Hokage said, pretty much the only hunters playing are Lan, and Lan only plays Dream Witch at this point. And that has a little of what I wanted to say about how I feel about the game. The music's too loud. Hey, nobody. Alright, I'll just get on with how I feel about the game. So, right now, there are 2 hunters in the meta, in Top Survivor. There is Blood Queen, and there is Dream Witch. And those are the main hunters. If you play those hunters, you're guaranteed to get like at least a tie if you're good at both of them. Hunters too. Dream Witch, it takes a lot more skill with the servants, but a lot of it is just waiting around for the servant to come and then timing the hits and all that, just regular hunter stuff. Getting used to the hitbox, and then Blood Queen is all about mastering her mirror. But really, once someone, let alone tells you, like, how to correctly use that stuff, Blood Queen, you gotta get used to it, simple as that. But Dream Witch, if someone tells you, you just wait around until the servant comes to surprise attack, you'll be instantly good. And the problem with this is, well, it's very lame for the survivors, because you're just decoding, and then suddenly you get hit by a servant. And you're like, okay, I got hit, I didn't know the servant was coming. So you're kiting, and then 20 seconds later you get blinked. And the servant has insane recovery speed, so if you get rescued by the mercenary, you're gonna die again, and you're gonna go on a rocket ship again, and you're gonna die. And then for the next 10 minutes, the Dream Witch struggles to get a win. Usually, everyone just spends an extra 10 minutes surviving just for a tie. And this is what bothers me about the game. The game is really boring because of that. I don't even want to go on rank anymore. It's just week after week going against Lanland's Dream Witch. Look, I could ban Dream Witch, but Lanland's just gonna play Blood Queen. And instead of dealing with Dream Witch, no how do you put this? No terror radius. You have to deal with her mirror, which also has no terror radius. So it's the same deal. You get surprised. You get to take the first hit. A lot of the time she might not even need the blink. She'll just kill you with a second mirror, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, I'm sure you guys remember the days. I mean, if you're not high tier, you probably still have lots of spiders and rippers. Those were the good old days when hunters had terror radius, and you were warned that they're coming, and both hunters had to have a lot of mastery in that ripper blade, that triple spider web, and it was really fun for both sides. It's really satisfying when you land those ripper blades, and it's really satisfying for the survivor when they're doing good, when they're not taking the hit, when they're making their team proud. And Blood Queen and Dream Witch just ruined that. They have no terror radius. So it's literally just, oh surprise, I'm here. Oh, let's wait a couple seconds. Oop, boom, I'm here again. And then you just die. There's no way to escape after that. That was an awful and it used to be a fun and engaging chase on both sides. But now, I don't think it's engaging at all. In fact, I think it's very boring. That the only hunters anyone ever plays in this top tier is literally just Blood Queen or Dream Witch. If you play those hunters, you're like guaranteed to get a tie. And it really sucks for the survivors because it's really boring for them. Now this person here, I think this guy's a Hellenber main. He's playing Spider. We don't really see him that often, so I guess it's good that he's here while I'm hating on Dream Witch and Bluffing. What I think is we need some sort of change because the game is just so boring. I think we've gone on 3 seasons. Dream Witch was a thing, and it wasn't that bad. Dream Witch was a thing you'd see every once in a while. Some people were really good at it. Other people played Ripper Spider. It wasn't a big deal. But now, if you ban Dream Witch, you'll get Blood Queen. If you ban Blood Queen, you get Dream Witch. What do you do? It's so boring for both hunters, for the survivors. It's just like, I just think the game needs some sort of change, some sort of rebalance, because it's incredibly boring. There are days where I just don't want to play. Actually, that's every day. That's a lie. That's every day I don't want to play because it's so boring. I just wish the devs did something to change the meta a bit. I hear they're buffing Gamekeeper, but what's the point of buffing weak hunters if there are clearly superior, better ones? Like, why would anyone use Gamekeeper if Dream Witch and Blood Queen are still a thing? Heck, they could nerf Blood Queen and they could nerf Blood Queen and Dream Witch, which will never happen. But if they ever do, Gamekeeper will still never get love because Ripper and Spider are just clearly better options. So I really don't think they should be focusing on. Wait, Hokage got away? Wow, Hokage got away. I don't think they should be focusing on buffing new hunters, old hunters, and instead making the old hunters, the meta hunters better. I mean, guys, what am I talking about? What I'm trying to say is, if they're gonna make any meta changes, they have to first get rid of the dominant hunters. The game is really boring otherwise. Was that even worth it? This person didn't even have Tide Turner, bro. Activated just so the person gets rescued with Tide. They don't even have Tide. Mechanic with no Tide, come on. This is why you run Tide, folks. And mechanic. I don't know how she managed to get terrified. Lucky hit on the hunter. It happens. It's alright. It's alright. Oh, Dungeon Sister. That's alright. Everyone's saying hi. Blood Queen is stinky. Perfumer is on the thumbnail, plays Mercenary. I have a person who tells me that they love when I play Perfumer, and I just never play Perfumer because nobody's ever Rescuer, let alone have Tide Turner, apparently. Who was our second Rescuer that game? Oh, she used it on Hokage. Oh, thank you, Danny. She used it on Hokage. I was not paying attention. I thought, you know what? I'm so confused. She used it on Hokage. I was like thinking, should I activate? Did she use Tide Turner? Did she even rescue? And I'm like, what am I thinking? Of course she rescued because Hokage got away. I'm not putting two and two together. Anyway. What I think there needs to be change in Identity 5 because we have evolved from the hunters with terror radiuses and exciting chases to that of hunters that can go through walls and are just in places you never expect them to be. Like I think last stream on Friday, I elbow padded away from one servant just to go into a second one. Like, come on, I don't even get a fair chance. And I'm not saying they should nerf these hunters necessarily. They could keep it like this. I'm definitely not going to be interested in playing. I mean, I'll play as long as Hokage's around. But Hokage's been telling me that, or she hasn't told me, but Mama told me, Mumu, that Hokage is unhappy with the meta, with how the game is right now. And I could not agree more. I'm really happy when she tells me, oh, I'm not going to play today, or tomorrow, or something like that. Saturday and Sunday she couldn't play. I was not upset. I'd rather not play the game than play with someone else. And it's a little troublesome because I stream this game on Mondays and Fridays, but that's just how I feel about the game. It's so boring. I admire anyone who deals with this garbage, this kind of baloney. It's just like, you're decoding, and boom, Blood Queen image shows up. There's no way to dodge her. Ooh, a servant comes up. Before you had time to hit miss the calibration and see if a servant's coming for you. There's just nothing you could do. And it's really obnoxious. It's really boring. Especially Dream Witch. Like, Blood Queen isn't as boring as Dream Witch, because Dream Witch, she'll just stop the game for like 10 minutes. Just for it to be a tie anyway. So it ends up wasting everyone's time. Including the hunters. Blood Queen, at least Blood Queen doesn't waste everyone's time, but it's so obnoxious when while she's guarding the chair, she's also stopping you from decoding. And probably you probably get like 50-50 chance of getting a hit as well. It's really annoying. So I guess in that case, Bloody Queen is more fun, or more stronger, I should say. And I don't know. I've been playing this game for a year. I don't know if it's because I'm just getting bored of the game, or it's because of the hunter meta right now. Because it's just a bunch of baloney, like I said. Man, I remember I made that Ripper video a long time ago. I think it was my first video ever. Man, if Blood Queen existed before then, that video would not exist. I'm still gonna keep it up there, just because it's like good old days, you know? It's sort of like a history video. It's like back in the olden days how things used to be like. I miss those days. Bring back OP Ripper. Bring back Psyche who can't sleep at night instead of the Psyche that has a coma. If any of you have watched that video, you'll get what I mean. the only hunters that seem to be available are Lan and some random hunters that we don't see very often. And it's more like we get Lan, so it's going to be a very boring match. It's just going to be back and forth, and really, I really couldn't care less to play this game. Going into this season, it was like, oh, my goal was first place, and now I'm like, I'm purposely not playing ranked matches, let alone play afternoons on Saturdays and Sundays. I never played afternoons, even on the days when I'm not at school. Maybe once in a while, but like now, I don't even want to play evenings at all. I just want to drop this game until they change the meta or something, because this is really annoying. Schmitty said, that's where I got the idea from. Schmitty said that if he bans Dream Witch, he goes against Blood Queen. If he bans Blood Queen, he goes against Dream Witch. It's like, what can you do? And he's only champion 3 stars, I think, and he's already getting people who play either of those 2 hunters. I'm surprised, man. As soon as these other hunters start playing Dream Witch and Blood Queen, they'll never use Spider again. Spider is like a fun hunter. Ripper's a fun hunter. It's just harder to win with, and people want to win, so they're gonna use, in my experience at least, when I use Dream Witch, after I know how to play her, because I play Hunter every once in a while. I know a good bit about how to play Dream Witch. It's really not that difficult. And it's very boring. It's a very boring process. You just sit around, wait for your servant to come, get a hit, and blink them. There's nothing engaging about it. Both as a hunter, both as a survivor, it's just, I don't know. It's just, you're a new viewer, Sailor? Hey, Sailor. Psyche, you should play Hunter. I don't know, I'm just a dedicated survivor. If I play Hunter, I'd be leaving Hokage behind. And to be perfectly honest, I don't even want to play Hunter that much. I'd rather just take a day off in the game, is what I like to do. Do I have a Discord server? No, I don't. I don't go on Discord very often, at least. Even if I did have a Discord server that I wouldn't be running because I don't go on Discord, then I don't know. This channel's too small to have like a decent sized Discord. Especially since I wouldn't be the one moderating it. I just can't bother with that. You used to main Clown a while ago. Those are like really, really ancient times. Those are like, that was a little much for the Hunter skill level. Like, Hunter has to be skilled, but Jesus, that's way too skilled to be able to play like a good Clown. Insane. It's almost good that they made like stuff like Spider and Ripper, because before then, it would just be Clown. And I could understand, I didn't play in Season 1, but I definitely wonder if people in Season 1 were bored of how it's always Clown. I wonder. Now there's such a diverse selection of hunters, and what do you know, there's 2 dominant ones that just beat out the rest. Right now I'd say there's like 4 or 5 hunters that are very viable right now. Maybe, yeah, Feaster. Like 5 hunters that are definitely viable in rank. High A tier or S tier. It's just that you could use Blood Queen, Dream Witch. And it's not that I have a problem. It's not that I have a problem with them, like, well, yes, I do have a problem. It's not about them being too strong. It's just the way they play, it's very boring. And I don't know how the hunters could do that. I mean, not the hunters, devs. How can they fix something like that without nerfing them? I don't see how. Unless they make an even stronger hunter, which is like, I'm not so sure about that. How much stronger can you get than a hunter that can go through walls? Man, I wish I could tell that person servant's coming for them. Genuinely speaking, if we were all on voice chat, Dream Witch would be a lot weaker. So in tournaments, she would actually be a lot weaker. Yeah, nice job resetting what you said, Psyche. What do you know? She gets a free easy hit, and then now she's just gonna use dog. Yeah. And it's especially boring because you get like 24% decode in, and the person goes down, and it's like, on top of that, I'm a rescue character, so it's double as boring. Because it's like, when you kite a hunter, it's always exciting. When you're rescuing, not so much. It's like you're just doing the same thing all, just avoid the terror shock. Get the rescue off, you know. I don't know, they need to do something about the game, because this is just a bunch of bullcrap. I'm saying it right now, this is a bunch of bullcrap. This is hog garbage bullcrap right now. Thanks to me being an expert at timing controllers, it's not as bad. Look at this garbage. Look, how many patrols is she gonna use? How is this fun for anybody else? You kidding me? Wait, why is this dog still biting me? There we go. I don't know, if that's not the definition of a bunch of garbage, then I don't know what is. Like, I think that was like 3 patrollers in a row. Come on. I will not choose to heal in case the Enchantress does end up hiding for a long time, because she used all her patrollers. At the very least, she used her patrollers. You know what? I think she has one patroller that didn't use. I think she has one servant that didn't use patroller, which is unfortunate. It's just, if it's not gonna come down to abnormal in this game, it's just gonna come down to the Dreamwitch teleporting on both exit gates and wasting time that way. I mean, sure, she's trying, because nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to lose, so of course they have to try. It just, that kind of playstyle, it's just so annoying. Oh, I found my cipher. Hokage should have another cipher. So even if I really doubt she switched to normal. Oopsie, I should have gave that to her. Why do I have this feeling that I was about to say I have this feeling that our patroller's about to show up, but she switched traits. I warned her that a servant's coming. Dreamwitch would be a lot weaker. If we were all in the voice chat, it would make everyone's lives so much easier. You'll make a Discord server for me? Who would join it? Nobody. You would sell your liquor to not play against Welcome and Dreamers. What rank are you, Len? Thanos Hunter. What rank are you that you have issues about Blood Queen and Dream Witch already? Because if it's like Mammoth, then it's like we got some issues about how interesting the game is right now. The hunter that's stronger than a hunter that can go through walls is a hunter whose bombs can go through walls. Not even close. I do not agree in the slightest because Blood Queen's mirror, first off, it does the full half damage. Ripper's blade, it does the full half damage. Except Ripper's blade, it speeds you up if you get the hit off and you're following the fog trail. Even if you don't have the invisibility, it still speeds you up. Blood Queen, you could switch positions. So even if you miss the mirror, unlike with Foggy Blade, if you miss it, you're messed up. With Blood Queen, if you miss the mirror, you could switch places and you could abuse the other side of the mirror. Like, it's hard to explain. People who have encountered that will know what I'm talking about. Like the Dream Witch is stuck up against the wall and she can't reach her with you. She can't reach you with her mirror. So she switches placements and now the ghost that was now herself that was behind the wall is now a ghost and she can go right through and hit you. Bombs, on the other hand, do 1/4 damage. They're not as they're much more. I would say they're easier to dodge. I don't have a lot of experience going against Penguin, but it's just compared with Blood Queen and Dream Witch, hunters with no terror radius. The thing about Penguin you have to remember is he has no way of catching up. That is a big thing about hunters. That they need some sort of like speed, like some way to catch up. Like Ripper has invisibility to catch up when in like long distance stuff. If like let's say there's a lot of different things. Like let's say if a survivor has broken windows, then some hunter can use a gap closer. That's what I'm thinking of. The hunter needs a gap closer, and bombs aren't as an effective of a gap closer. They don't really close the gap. They just reach a little bit farther at a cost, which is half damage. Like why would you go a bomb which has very limited range when you could have a mirror that could go almost infinite range, wherever you want it. That's not really a good gap closer, Rika, because when you throw a bomb, it takes way too long for it to land. By the time you throw it, by the time it starts counting down, the survivor's already out of its path. It's a very weak. Yes, it's a gap closer. It's a very weak one though. And on top of that, the mirror, Blood Queen's mirror, shows where the survivor is. Sometimes in some scenarios, you don't know where the survivor is behind walls, so you just have to throw a bunch of bombs and hope you get lucky. I'm telling you, you need to face the bomber I went against today. I don't know, Rika. Who's the better survivor? Who's the better survivor? We fought against Bomberman once a couple times. And Hokage, who doesn't have bad ping, she just has yellow ping. Even she could kite him. And with like yellow ping, your movements are delayed, so it's even harder to dodge the bombs. But if she can do it, you can do it, Rika. I mean, of course, Hokage has a year experience under her belt, but so do you. I played with you a year ago. You can do it. I think you're overrating. You weren't kiting? Oh. Well then how can you judge the person then? How can you say he's good based off of someone else's performance? How can you say that was the hunter and not the survivor? I think it was the survivor, not the hunter. I wonder, where would Bomber Guy be? He'd probably be B tier. Cause like, even, I think a better comparison is Feaster. Feaster to Bomber Guy. Blood Queen she's got that same idea. How she hits people through walls. But Feaster has like, Feaster essentially also has a bomb. It's just, he can place it a lot further, and it's for full damage. And he has no timer either. He could just cast it whenever he wants. Pedro's watching me live. You couldn't say because of the bomb spam? So here's what you do. You shoot him in the face. No, seriously. If a hunter is like, if it's like, let's say a geisha, and you know she has teleport, which most geishas do, and she hits you far from the chair, you have to shoot her, or else you're not gonna save. If it's a dream witch, and your coordinator, and she finds you far from the chair, you have to shoot the servant, or else you're not gonna rescue her. If it's bomb guy, you know what? Not even bomb guy. Any hunter. If they find you from far, you have to shoot them in the face. Because that way, when you reach the chair, they'll hit you, and then you can rescue. And level 1 bombs, they don't reach as far. I think don't quote me on this. I think the range of the bomb in one direction is the same as the range of a flare gun. I'm not sure about that, don't quote me on that. But it's close. It's close. It's somewhere around that area. The problem is that he's useless on maps like Sacred and Leo. I guess so, yeah. Because there's that height elevation. Oof. Immediately lost the owl. I went down. He's just a slow hunter. If the survivor gets a speed boost, if exit gates open, if they vault a window, you're gonna spend a lot of extra time catching up to them. This is probably that Ripper guy. This Ripper guy, of course he's a Ripper. This Hellumber guy, I meant. The Hellumber guy loves to play Ripper. Oh, he hit me. I heard the sound. There's like a special sound if you get hit with his main attack, or if you get hit with the foggy. If you get hit with the foggy, it'll be like a very light sound. If you get hit with the basic attack, it'll sound like a spring, almost like a boing. Oh, wait, what was his trait? So he got shot, so it could have been excitement. Was it blink? It might have been blink. I don't know if I should rescue. He's not by the chair, so I'm assuming he's trying to guard the cipher. I'm getting some lag. I'm getting a lot of lag. Holy crap, of course when I'm trying to rescue, I just get this horrible lag. I try to rescue and my ping just goes to like 100 and that's enough to throw me off. You guys want my ping, but you have your own gift of dealing with like when ping happens to go bad, you're at least used to it. Meanwhile, for me, I'm like, crap, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know what to do. I just stay still. That's what happens with me. I just sit in place. I'm like sitting there like wondering, instead of trying to fix the situation, I'm like, what's my thing doing? Fix yourself. Oh wow, look at all these broken pallets. Alright, Rika, we will continue this argument momentarily about if Bomberman is truly good. I've seen Blue use it. My opinion of Bomberman definitely went up after that. It's just there's a lot of risk involved. There's a lot of like crossing your fingers though. Like he got a couple YOLO bombs off through the hospital walls. It was really, really nice. And there's like some extra tech with him where it's like, if you place a bomb, and then last second when it's about to run out, you place another bomb. And it's pretty cool. He maybe seemed more OP when it was Perfumer. He does get better range. I don't know. His second ability isn't that big of an improvement. It's certainly an improvement, don't get me wrong. He gets bombs faster, I think, which is nice. I think he gets them twice as fast. You guys out here suffering with bad ping. Sorry. If you live in Europe, then that's a yikes for you because the server is located in America. I don't know. The developers are super cheap. They don't want to invest in a second server for Europe. So Europe just always has bad ping. And you know, from an investment standpoint, investor standpoint, a businessman standpoint, it'll be a good idea not to invest in European server because though global isn't profitable like the Chinese server is. His second ability, yeah, but I mean his third ability. And I wouldn't say it's all that great because he has to stay still for a second. Which doesn't help with the slow hunter problem. He's a little slow. You physically can't dodge his bombs when he chains them. It all depends on the situation. It all depends if the hunter moved the wrong direction. I think Blue played Bomberman, and one time the bomb definitely should have connected and it didn't. So I don't know, he seems a little buggy. I wonder if Dream Witch and Blood Queen weren't meta, would Bomb Guy be part of the meta? What are we doing? If it's Dream Witch, this is like the worst combination. Cowboy against Dream Witch, Mind's Eye against Dream Witch, it doesn't help. It doesn't help that people go down in 25 seconds. Like, even as like... Well, that one time it was Enchantress. And like, the thing is, Cowboy and Mind's Eye, they have no defense, just like Enchantress first kite. So, if it's Dream Witch, I'm not expecting a win. If you play Mind's Eye against Dream Witch, you have to like, every 5 seconds, you have to get off the cipher and check your surroundings. And it's a big time waster. It all adds up. I mean, I didn't say anything. Don't get me wrong. There's a reason I didn't say in chat, my leg, don't play Mind's Eye. I'm not gonna tell him not to play Mind's Eye. He can play whatever he wants. I've come to accept that people literally don't care what I say. What the heck? Is this guy pushing? No, he's not. Oh, he came back. That's interesting. Is the music a little too loud? Because I know when I'm being pursued by the hunter, it's really loud. I know we're very fortunate it wasn't Dream Witch. Wow, I think this hunter purposely avoided the cowboy in the hopes of finding the Mind's Eye. Can't find the Mind's Eye, found the seer. Alright, where's Mind's Eye? She's all the way on the other side, so we're fine. Or at least if Hokage does a decent kite, because our cowboy and as well as myself, yeah, get away from me. Oh, I guess Mind's Eye kiting. Mind's Eye is kiting. Man, you gotta admire the dedication of this man. He avoided 3 people to find the Mind's Eye. I haven't made a video in a long time. There's that one person who's been telling me they love when I play Perfumer, so... I guess the Perfumer video is on the list. Don't know when I'll get to it. It depends. Let's just get rid of this, because this is going to be a problem later on. What does this guy have? Does he have Bloom? Oh, this is a nice cipher. Wait. Oh god, this beast is not having a good time. Did he lose the Mind's Eye? Yikes. Alright. Let's see where Mind's is at. She's halfway. Alright. She should get it done. Accelerated decode gives like 28.5% increased speed. No rush. We got 2 ciphers left. That's why I didn't use owl pad. So, that guy teleported. Problem is now he doesn't have teleport for the door. So, that's something to consider as Hunter. You have to